Heath Ledger was one of the most influential actors in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Known for his good looks and charismatic presence on screen, he starred in major films like Brokeback Mountain and I'm Not There. He won critical acclaim and numerous awards for his roles. But it was his portrayal of the iconic psychotic villain, the Joker, in The Dark Knight, which was released after his tragic death in 2008, that propelled him to global stardom. As Heath Ledger enjoyed worldwide success and seemed to be on top of his game, on the 22nd of January 2008 at 3:36 p.m., Ledger was pronounced dead. He was only 28 years old. In this video, we'll take a look at what led to the death of the most talented and versatile actor of our time. Heath Ledger was born on April 4, 1979, in Perth, Western Australia, to Kim and Sally Ledger. His mother was a French teacher and his father was a racing car driver and mining engineer. He and his sister, Kate, were reportedly named after two main characters in Emily Bronte's novel Wuthering Heights, Heathcliff and Catherine. He also had two half-sisters, Ashley Bell and Olivia Ledger, both of whom were born into his parents' second marriages. But Ledger's closest family relationship was with Kate, whom he later credited for spurring his acting career. Early in life, Ledger found a passion for playing chess. At the age of 10, he won Western Australia's Junior Chess Championship. It was around this time that Heath developed a passion for acting, as he performed the lead role in Guildford Grammar School's production of Peter Pan. Unfortunately, while Ledger was enjoying the busy life of a 10-year-old, his parents found themselves growing apart. That year, his parents separated before getting divorced when Heath was 11. Ledger found emotional release in acting, choreography, and dance, and continued seeking out roles in his grammar school. He was inspired by Gene Kelly and won a national dance competition with his school team. He also tried his hand on the big screen as an extra in the movie Clowning Around, and later appeared in the TV series Ship to Shore. When he was 17, Heath dropped out of school and moved to Sydney with his friend and fellow actor Trevor DiCarlo to pursue a career in performance. He started with roles in Australian television shows such as Sweat and Home and Away. After various small roles on television, Ledger's feature film debut came in 1997 in the emotional drama Blackrock. This led to a starring role in the historical fantasy series Raw, co-starring Keri Russell and backed by financiers in the United States. The series was nominated for several awards and exposed Ledger to American audiences and Fox executives. On the urging of then-girlfriend Liza Zane, who also appeared in the series, Ledger sought out an American agent and followed Zane back to Los Angeles at the age of 19 to further his film career. Heath Ledger's breakthrough role was in 1999 with the teen comedy 10 Things I Hate About You, where he played a rebellious and charming high school student who falls in love with a feisty girl. The film made him a teen idol. Though the film was a success, Ledger had no wish to be typecast as a perpetual teen, and he spent a year rejecting similar scripts while living without income in Laurel Canyon. After a jittery audition and nearly being beaten to the role by Ryan Phillip, he was cast as Mel Gibson's eldest son in the War of Independence epic The Patriot in 2000. He followed this with roles in A Knight's Tale and Monsters Ball in 2001. In 2003, during the set of the Australian film Ned Kelly, he met and dated Naomi Watts, a British-Australian actress, but they would later break up a year later. His exposure in these films, coupled with his growing reputation as a Hollywood playboy, led People magazine to name Ledger one of its 50 most beautiful people in 2001. Heath Ledger's most acclaimed role was in Brokeback Mountain, where he played a gay cowboy who has a secret and forbidden relationship with rodeo rider Jack Twist, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. He received an Oscar for his performance, making him, at age 26, the 9th youngest nominee for a Best Actor Oscar. He also met his partner Michelle Williams on the set of the film, and they had a daughter, Matilda Rose Ledger, in 2005. They shared a house with Williams in Boerum Hill, Brooklyn from 2005 to 2007. In September 2007, Williams' father confirmed to the Daily Telegraph that Ledger and Williams had broken up. They remained friends and co-parents until he died in 2008. Heath Ledger continued to challenge himself and take on diverse and complex roles, such as in The Brothers Grimm, Lords of Dogtown, Casanova, Candy, and I'm Not There. He also directed and produced music videos for artists like Ben Harper and Grace Woodruff. He had a keen interest in filmmaking and wanted to become a director. Heath Ledger's final completed role was in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. This film introduced a new version of the iconic villain, the Joker, played by Heath Ledger, who ended up becoming one of the best versions of the character to date. Given the popularity of the character and its previous portrayal by Jack Nicholson in Tim Burton's Batman, whoever was cast as the new clown prince of crime in The Dark Knight was going to be criticized. Fans and industry professionals were skeptical about Ledger, who was known as a teen icon and a dramatic actor, playing a character like the Joker, and he was even deemed inappropriate by many. Ledger surely delivered an unexpected and darker version of the Joker that challenged the image that the audience and the media had of him, and all the non-believers ended up praising his incredible performance. To get into the mind of someone like the Joker, Heath Ledger opted to isolate himself weeks before starting filming. Ledger revealed he locked himself away in a hotel room in London for about a month to work on the character. The interrogation scene in The Dark Knight is one of the movie's most memorable scenes, and Ledger asks Bale to hit him for real. He won a posthumous Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, as well as a Golden Globe, a BAFTA, and a Screen Actors Guild Award. Though Ledger's professional life was flourishing in the months before his death, his personal life was in turmoil. Heath Ledger was suffering from stress and insomnia, and had been using medication to cope with his challenging roles, especially his portrayal of the Joker in The Dark Knight, which brought him universal praise and posthumous awards. He had also recently separated from his partner, Michelle Williams, with whom he had a daughter, Matilda. On January 22, 2008, Ledger was found unconscious in his bed by his housekeeper, Teresa Solomon, and his masseuse, Diana Wolozin, at his apartment in the Soho neighborhood of Manhattan. According to police reports, Wolozin used Ledger's cell phone to call Ledger's friend, Mary Kate Olsen, for help. Emergency medical technicians arrived at Ledger's apartment at 3:33 p.m., but were unable to revive him. At 3:36 p.m., Ledger was pronounced dead, and his body was removed from the apartment. He was 28 years old. After an autopsy, it was determined that Ledger died as a result of accidental acute combined drug intoxication. The toxicology report stated Ledger had hydrocodone and oxycodone, both opioids, which are typically used to treat pain, anxiety, and insomnia. Ledger's death came as a major shock to fans around the world. He was a rising star, and his performances had led to increased attention from fans and critics alike. He was also in the process of filming The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, which was unfinished at the time of his death. It was later completed with Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell. He was cremated, and his ashes were scattered in his hometown of Perth. Heath Ledger was a talented and versatile Australian actor who left behind a legacy of memorable performances and a promising career cut tragically short.